Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South St. Clair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield, drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo Honk line to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo Honk line.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast. I am your host, Todd Fox. It is a tough one. There is a lot to dive into as we finish out this getaway game on Wednesday. Hope all is good in where you're at and what you're doing. And this is the only place to find a true Angels fans podcast. And not only that, a true Angels fans post game where you could sound off, vent any way you'd like to, as long as you don't go personal or race. You could say whatever the hell you want, and it will be repeated. Your voice will get out there, and your opinion will be met with my opinion. So with that being said, there's a lot to get into, and what a way to end a game. And, Randy made something, One Jets pod, and I want to play it for you guys and gals out there because I think it's fitting right now, and it kind of mixes in our emotions before I get on a yelling and screaming rant, which I would suggest turning down your radio, your phone, or whatever you're doing right now. Hold on after this song, though. You got to hear this, though.
Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down, to mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. So I love you still, I need you.
Dude, that was tough. We were buttercupped in this game. It was going to be a Savage Garden game, but this was a buttercup game all the way. Again, Tyler Anderson, I'm going to go into something that just pisses me off. Tyler Anderson, maybe you say he doesn't deserve a win, but the fucker should be 4-0 with a no decision today. Okay, let's just say what it is. He didn't have his best stuff, but if he did this last year, his not having his best stuff is going 3 1/3, throwing 89 pitches, 6 runs, 2 home runs, and a shit ton of walks, and he gets a loss in the end, right? This year, Tyler Anderson's worst game, yeah, he walked 4 guys, but he still had 7 strikeouts. He still gave you 5 innings, and he gave you only 2 runs. So it's not like you were down a milestone of runs, and it's like, damn, we're going to need a grand slam to tie, or we're going to need 5 or 6 runs to get back in the game. No, you had to get 5 or 6 runs to get back in the game when you brought fucking Suarez in. Okay, listen, I love Ron Washington. I've made my point several times on this network about how I love Ron Washington. Ever since James from James Squared got on and said, hey, I want Ron Washington last offseason, and was talking about him, I was like, he's making more points. The more James talked about him, the more I was like on board with him. And then he came here, his attitude, the culture, everything's worked, right? You're going to have growing pains. I get it. But he has still succumbed to the Angels virus. And what is that virus? Ever since I was a little kid and watched Angels baseball, every manager of the Angels has had one guy on the pitching staff all the way back to Mike Butcher when he pitched with us, who he sucked when he pitched with us. But there's always one guy every season, no matter the manager, that you and I know should not be on the roster. And you and I know should not be put in situations of trying to hold a lead or keep the team close. Yet there's always that one guy who the manager always is obsessed with and has to play. And Numbnuts Nevin did that on offense, which was annoying as fuck when he played Squid all year and the year before that. But this year, it's Suarez. Ron Washington has some sort of unhealthy obsession with that fat-ass wannabe Bartolo clone knockoff. He sucks. Again, if you're up 7-1, pitch him. If you're down 7-1, pitch him. I don't care because he's irrelevant at that point. But why are you bringing him in a fucking close game? You're okay. We're not 15-10. If you're 15-10, okay, I can accept it. Maybe you're trying something new. Maybe you're just trying to keep the game close and get his confidence up. You're a winning ball club. But no, we need every win we can get. And the main thing that just blows my mind is that you could have swept the series before this, and you could have swept this one too. A hit here, a hit there, a bounce here, a bounce there. You win, and you're beating a top-tier team. You're beating a World Series caliber team. One of the most youthful, youngest, talented teams in all of baseball, and you hung in there. Every game you should have beat them. It really pisses me off that you threw Suarez up there. It's waving the white fucking flag. And I know Fulmer wasn't lights out, but you could have brought Fulmer in. He does the same shit. Okay, you gave him Tyler Anderson, a left-handed pitcher, for 5 innings. Switch it up and give him a right hand. Give him a left-hander. Again, I'm just because Ron Washington, I like the guy, he's not immune from criticism, and he shouldn't be. This is one where he should be called out. If you're going to sit there and call out Mike Trout, you're going to sit there and call out the offense, good for you. You're going to call out the bullpen when they fuck up, good for you. But this is a time that our loser-ass reporters should be in his face saying, well, why did you make that call with Suarez? What the hell were you thinking with Suarez? What's the point of using Suarez? Ask those fucking questions. I mean, come on, man. Now we're 10-15 in a game. Again, look at Suarez. Okay, again, Anderson battled. Again, he hit 2 batters, unlike him. He walked 4 guys, unlike him this season. The control was all over the place. 59 of his pitches were strikes. So he was just over 50% strike ratio to ball, which is not good. 105 pitches thrown in 5 innings. Not good. But his ERA is sitting there at 1.78. He allowed just 2 runs. Dumbass Suarez can't even finish an inning. 4 hits, 4 runs allowed, and a walk. Why? What is the point of Suarez? Listen, you can go back at me and say, "Hey, man, look at what you said last year, though. You thought he was going to be comeback player of the year." Yeah, that was funny. I ate crow. I ate shit. I was more wrong. That was a terrible take, right? That was last year. I've accepted the fact that he sucks and will no longer be good. He's out of options. He didn't even win his arbitration case, so he's getting paid minimum. Why not fucking DFA the guy? What's it going to hurt you? Just do it. I'd rather see an inexperienced pitcher, again, not be given the role that Suarez is getting, but have the role he should have had, which is mop-up duty. He literally should be mop-up duty, whether you're up a ton or down a ton. That's it. And then only if you succeed in your mop-up opportunities do you get an opportunity to pitch with a 3-run lead or a 3-run deficit. Sort of that kind of thing. That's how I would manage. You got to earn your innings, not just throw him out there because he has to pitch or you feel he's going to pitch. Dude, you could have got way better success with whoever they brought in. Look at Cisnero, 1 1/3, 10 of his 15 pitches, strikes. No hits allowed, 1 walk. Fulmer, 2 innings pitched. Little dicey, but he got 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, a hits Batman, and a hit. 21 out of 35 pitches. He's got a 1 ERA. But no, you elect to go to a guy with a 7 to 8 ERA prior to his performance tonight in a 2-run game. Actually, no, yeah, in a 2-run game. The Angels only had 2 men left on base. They were 0 for 2 runners in scoring position. Of course, Trout was one of them. The Orioles were 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position, 11 left on base. What makes me mad was Paul Sereno, Jeremy Reed, and Marcus Thames in the dugout today? Former hitting coaches for your Angels. 16 strikeouts. This was a weird fucking game. Weird game. Angels were getting no hit for 5 innings. Orioles had 1 solo home run, like 2 hits. Then they got, they were up 5 or up 2-0. Suarez comes in there, and of course, and here's what just angers me to no end. Angers me to no end. I already hit the Suarez angle, right? We know he gave up the 4 runs in the 6th inning to put the game at that point I thought was out of reach. And then when Han Solo hits a home run, his 9th of the year, or 10th of the year, whatever it is, he hits that home run. I rolled my eyes. Like, who gives a shit? Here we go again, giving up a crooked number and only getting 1. But I was wrong. Shonawell got a single. Taylor Ward hit a homer, and it's 6-3. Now you got 9 outs to play with to get those 3 runs. And yes, I don't like all the runs coming on home runs, but if you want to talk about all or nothing swings today, that's what it was. That's what it was. I don't know why, but they fed into Kramer and his pitching, all or nothing swings all day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a total of 27 outs in a game, 16 of which, more than half, were on strikeouts. You're never going to win a game striking out more than you make other outs. Never. And somehow, as weird as that is, the Angels lost by 1. 1 run. And it's so maddening that the Angels would fire back with 3 in that bottom of the 6th inning. It makes you wonder if they had gone to anybody else, why couldn't you pitch more again? Oh, you can't pitch back to back. But whoever, if you put in Simber, anybody in that spot, even Garcia, if you use him again, what if, and there's always that what if they put in a more competent pitcher without his head up his ass, and he came in there and pitched a shutout inning? Would you have gotten those 3 runs? Maybe, maybe not. But what if, let's just play devil's advocate. You put up a 0 right there. Hell, even if you give up 1, you tie the game in the bottom of the 6th. But no, you can only get half because you're down fucking 6. It took a lot for the Angels to get those 3 runs. Then they whimpered out in the 7th. They got 1 in the 8th by Zach Neto finally hitting a home run. But who cares? He's not a home run hitter, but it's great. He pulled us within 2, but that's all we can get. 9th inning, a nice little break right there. Finally something going our way. A ground ball. Kimbrel tries to get it, or he can't get it. The second baseman throws in air. Heads up play. The rookie gets all the way to 3rd. Ohapi finally makes contact with the ball. Grounds one up the middle, just right at the wrong person. Okay, so now you got to start over. You got the run in, but now you need 1 more. And then Wayne Randazzo, I have a love-hate relationship with that guy. All he could talk about is how many home runs Matt Thaiss has had and how he's got power. And he proceeds to strike out. So then Adele comes up and has a really, really good at-bat and works a walk. And before, Renifo can swing the bat, he takes off. And in real time, it was a bang-bang play. I got up and I'm like, I think he's out. And they called him out. And then seeing the fucking replay, he's freaking safe. His foot's on the bag. And the hate part is Randazzo talking about the home run. The love part is he calls it how he sees it. When him and Gooby when they finally announced like a half hour later saying that he's out, what the fuck are you looking at? Correct me if I'm wrong, Halo family, but how many games have you seen and we're facing the other team and there's a play where it's like sort of bang bang, it's close. I know they ruled it out in favor of the Angels, but guess what happens? It goes to New York, they take forever, and then all of a sudden they come back, oh, the play has been reversed, and it always seems to go in the other team's favor. Yet the Angels, the last two calls I've seen, like with Adele at first base the other night, getting tagged out, this one the same thing. There's clear proof that homeboy is safe on both occasions. Clear. What the fuck are you looking at then? Why do you have replay? Listen, LeBum said that about officials in the NBA. We all know they're blind, but he gets every call and he complains about the one he doesn't get. At least he gets calls because he's a diva. But this isn't a diva. This is a team that for whatever reason, we don't get any calls. And I hate to be that guy. I hate to be the one that says, blame the umpires for all the strikeouts. Blame the non-calls or the calls that went against us. But this time, it cost us a game because who knows? You take the at-bat. You take the bat literally from Renifo. He doesn't get a chance to be the hero. He doesn't get, we'll never know. Maybe he comes through right there and we're still playing. Or maybe he does what Groupie wants him to do and hits a home run. Jack in the box, crank one out of there. It's smash Jack in your face. We'll never know. So I'm going to sound like LeBum here for a second and say, I don't know what these guys are talking about in New York. Why have replay if you're not going to use it right? Why have replay if it doesn't work? Well, I'll be that guy. I'll be LeBum. Because why have the fucking replay if you can clearly see his foot on the fucking base and you still call him out? They didn't even bother to say there wasn't irrefutable evidence that his foot and beat the tag. At least give me some sort of fucking bullshit answer. Instead, he's just like, call on the field stands. I'm out of here. Fuck you. What the fuck is that? I'm pissed, dude. Again, I don't like games to end like this. And this is what I talk about on a nightly basis. This team does not have the talent for Ohapi dropping strikes, extending innings, because look what happened the other day when he did that in game one. They put up a crooked number because he couldn't hold a strikeout. Maybe you say, hey, don't be so hard on Ohapi. Okay, what about the errors by Renifo, allowing the innings to continue in Cincinnati? Stuff like that's going to burn the Angels. And, of course, stuff like putting Suarez in when you have a 2-0 deficit and you quickly make it 6-0. You triple your balance that you have to make do to come back. This team can't afford that. But in hindsight, the team came back and rallied for 5, something they would never do in the past. That's fine. But again, had they not allowed those runs, or if they only allowed 2 of those 4 runs, they win the game. And then you say, okay, if it's 6-5 and they still come back and they're still battling, they still got to try to tie the game. But you take the bat away from Renifo. It seems like in these first 25 games, it's so frustrating how they lost every series so far. And then you look back on all of them. It's not like one of those where you lose 9-1 and you say, oh, you should have won that game, man. That was close. No, they're losing 1-run games consistently, or games by a miscue here, a stupid call here, or a dumb decision there. I believe this team has talent to survive and to be very competitive, which they have been. I'm not complaining about that. It's just frustrating when the shit's right there for the taking, and they can play with Baltimore. You can argue the fact that the first 2 games, they were kind of shit out of luck in Baltimore, but 4 out of those 6 games, they're very competitive. Took 2 out of the 4 outside of the opening 2. They've been in most of these games. Even the ones that end up 7-1 at the end, it's late where the team puts up some runs, but for 6 or 7 innings, it's a 1-run game. You put up any kind of offense, and this team's in a good position. They flip the script. Their record's 15-10 instead of 10-15 in a mediocre division where you have all the time in the world to put up numbers because the other teams aren't doing it. So, yes, I am frustrated. Yes, I am disappointed. Yes, I am pissed. And you should be too. That's tough, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell these guys at this point. I don't know if there's moral victories after this point. It's a good thing they have a day off tomorrow. If you think about it, you got to get these guys. I mean, if I'm Ron Washington, I don't necessarily focus on drills. I say, hey, you know what? Maybe with the exception of a couple guys like Mike Trout, we'll hit batting practice tomorrow. I'm not going to give you a day off. You need to come to work since we're staying in town. We're not traveling. The rest of you guys get baseball off your mind. Do something else tomorrow. Clear your mind. Let's get set for Minnesota. Because if ever they need to win a series, it's against Minnesota. They have to beat Minnesota at least 2 out of 3. I would love a sweep, but 2 out of 3. I mean, the Twins suck, dude. The Twins suck. So, I mean, we've got to get going. And let me just go through these box scores real quick. Once again, Han Solo only does one thing in this game. That's hit a home run. Shonawell got the single and a run scored with the RBI. Drury, another disappointing strikeout. Taylor Ward hit a 2-run homer. That was huge to get him back in it. Sano, I hope he's okay. I think he has a little boo-boo, a little cocoa. He needs Ron Washington to kiss his knee. He should be fine. But he was 0 for 2, fooled on the outside slider a lot, 2 strikeouts. The Andrezla guy, one day I'll learn how to say his name. He got a single and scored on that triple. Ohapi was disappointing. It looked lost in his first 3 at-bats. He had the hat trick with 3 strikeouts. Mickey Moniak, what's to say about Mickey Moniak? 127, he looks lost. Someone draw him a map to Anaheim Stadium because his brain is not in the stadium or in the box. He has been terrible, and I mean terrible. He's got a hole bigger than his bat in his bat, which makes no sense. Matt Theis went, dude, I struck out in 1 at bat. I thought Adele, even though he struck out twice, he had decent at bats. He got the 1 hit and the walk, was thrown out. And Renifo went 0 for 2. Neto went until he hit that home run. He was disappointing too, because in those 2 at bats, he looked lost up there too. He went back to bad habits, striking out twice. But a total of 16 strikeouts. 16 is unacceptable. Unacceptable. There needs to be more value in making contact. That is terrible. Fucking, I expect this from last year's team and expect it from the year before with dumbass Serrano and Reed. But Marcus Thames, same thing, because it's happening in Chicago too. But I don't expect that with this staff. So shame on them tonight or today. It was terrible. Let's talk about the Golden Stamos, shall we? And one more time, this is the Buttercup for everybody because we got Buttercup today.
Why do you build me up, Buttercup, baby, just to let me down, to mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. So I love you still, I need you.
Artie Moreno. Sorry about that, Nelson, but it is what it is. Here we go with the Stamos. The Golden Stamos for best player on the field is a superstar for the Baltimore Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson had 3 hits, 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, including that home run that got it started with a solo blast. He was hit by a pitch a couple times as well. The guy's rock solid, 300 hitter. He's a force to be reckoned with. That entire lineup is great with him and Rauschman at the top, Mountcastle, Santander, Mullins, McCann. That's just a built lineup. That's all through their system. 90% of these guys are from their fucking farm system. I mean, remember how much pride we took in the 2002 World Series team because 90% of those dudes were all from our team. We had our Aaron Seeleys and our freaking, A. Pierce, Kevin A. Pierce, who came from other franchises, pitched as veterans. But we had our Washburn, Schoenweiss, Rodriguez, Percival. Spezio was a free agent, but you had Darren Erstad, Salmon, Eckstein. I mean, the list goes on and on. We can name those guys like it was yesterday, and we had a team put together that was our guys. That's what made it so easy for us to root for them. So I'm jealous of the Baltimore Orioles fans because, yes, they had to endure some shit, and I felt bad for them at the time, but now they got their squad. Now they got their guys. Now they've got their players that have come through their system, drafted by their brilliant GM and ownership, and now they are a squad. Now they are a force to be reckoned with, and now they are their guys. That feels great. And it felt great because we had our guys for so long. I know they're going to enjoy their team too. So, I mean, kudos to them. And I think I give them enough love on that one. Let's go to the Nacho Night. Who gets the Nacho Award? And let's talk about who deserves it, really. And I think it's an easy one right here.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos, ow.
Gee, the Nacho Night Award. Gee, who could it go to? I was lit up on my phone by other people saying Ron Washington. And he does deserve his first, heaping of nachos, but I have to give it to Fat Ass. Because Fat Ass, like, I put it on the table for Ron Washington, and Suarez just jacked him like he did, like kids bully other kids in the lunchroom. He's like, "You're gonna eat those nachos?" And of course, Ron was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat those nachos." He's all, "No, you're not. It goes to El Hombre." And he took them. He took the fucking nachos for himself. He's got cheese all over his jersey. He wanted it. He got it. 4 runs given up tonight, not even in a full innings pitch. He sucks. If you want to lose the game, go to Suarez. If you want to stay in the game, go to anybody else. Why do we keep using this piece of shit? I have no idea. DFA his ass. I said it before. I'll say it again. He lost his arbitration case because he sucks. How many guys lose their arbitration thing? Not too many of them. And he lost his. He's getting minimum. He's out of fucking options. Get him the fuck out of here. Some may say that about Adele if he wasn't hitting, but he's hitting, he's producing, he's playing. So Adele's at least trying to pull his weight. What the fuck is Suarez doing? Nothing. He's useless. Let's get into the comments, shall we? Because I know you guys, if I'm fired up, I know you guys are fired up. So let's hear what you guys have to say. And gals, we're going to get through the comments as quickly as I can. I don't have my producer to the starts. JT says, New York gets the nachos. I was thinking about it. Snoop Dogg once sang, New York, big city of tricks, where you get fooled if you come from out of town. Exactly. Nick Tate says, as much as Suarez sucks, we're going to have to we have the tying run at second. Joe was safe. Screw you, New York. Exactly. An absolute travesty. R. Martinez says, we can't blame Adele for this time, though. We can't. That's the thing. You can't, because he was clearly safe. Suarez, you absolute bum. Thank you, Marty. Also, Josman says, Con was X. I don't know what the hell that means. Chubb says, we should get some cigarettes after getting fucked like that. That's a good one. That's going to be in the running. I know that for sure. Marty says, get those t-shirts made up, Suarez. You're out of here. Grillmaster says, okay, this is my last wish of death, but I had to do it here. No, you don't do that. Call 911. We got robbed. Absolutely, Anthony. Also, we got Suarez and hosed by New York. Also, we got a lot of baseball left to be played. And the season starts when Suarez gets his starting spot back. Don't you dare say that. Don't you say that. He cannot get that back, because that is hypocrisy.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight. We got a
Exactly.
lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Did I just break my comments?
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Okay, he's overemphasizing. Halo Joe says, vent, people. Vent, I say. Also, let's see. That's crazy right there, Jacob says. Also, that call was BS from New York. Big 20 says, another solo by Trout. After ranting, I need some jokes by Terry Smith to get me over today's disappointment. You see, Trout hits a leadoff home run yesterday, and he gets the GOAT label by casual observers. Trout keeps hitting those home runs. I'll take timely hits anytime. I wish. I think Grillmaster says what everyone is thinking. DFA Suarez, where the league hates the L's, the owner, but can't do anything about it because he is a minority. The fans get to suffer, Jacob says. Buttercupped or butterfucked? I like the latter. Also, Arthur one says, laugh my ass off. Also, pitching coaches be like, who wants to screw up today's win? Boom, Suarez hand immediately goes up. I will do it, coach. Also, Arthur One says, look like it's still good, and that I don't watch Angel games. My boy checks in with truth. Anthony says, also Trout hit a home run tonight. AC says, well, I had it right there. Hold on a second. There we go. AC said, what's the difference between Suarez and Rosenberg? Not too much, but I would trust Rosenberg more at this point, slightly. Pitching Cisnero in the 6th inning or even Strickland would have worked. I agree, Grillmaster. Nevin wouldn't have challenged that play. He doesn't chase wins. That is true. That's a good point. As soon as Adele wouldn't have been called out, Nevin would have been walking into the locker room going like this, playing with his chin. Also, Anna, shout out to you. Your birthday, as she checks in, was yesterday, so happy birthday. She checks in with what a fucking joke, and like her boyfriend says, Suarez, you're fired, and also DFA Mr. Suarez, because he deserves to be fired and DFA because he sucks, dude. I'm telling you, there's no redeeming qualities with that guy. He's a terrible, terrible player. Eric checks in with, hey, y'all. Also, let's see. I don't think Ron has been much of a Suarez or has seen so much of Suarez's tapes over the last few years. Suarez tapes have been stolen. But what highlights does he have to show? And then Grillmaster's like, I can't believe New York fucked this one up. So does Anna. Balls, and getting stiffed again on the New York replay. Man, were we stiff, dude. Big time on that one. So let's give him some balls and balls.
For you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Getting stiff by New York. Also, Ray says the wheels are starting to fall off already. Armartina says next time Trout hits a solo home runs, the fans need to throw it back. Kayla checks in with New York. Be like, he looks safe, but your call the umps say out. I don't want to miss my Duke's reservation in Huntington Beach. He's out. I can see that happening. Did Ron want to go lefty, but Moore's hand is concerning. I hope that this wasn't Ron's last try, or I hope this was Ron's last try. I hope so too. They got to start pitching more as well. More, no pun intended. I was afraid these bats would go cold today after a good day yesterday, and the bats needed a good 5 days off. Alfonso says Suarez versus number 6 versus Squid Trash. Balls down our throat. But really, it comes down to Washington putting him in. Washington is turning into Joe Biden. Oh, come on, man.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Number 6, Squid and Suarez. Saucy says down 2-0, and Washington concedes the game to Suarez. Self-destruct button. Why? Exactly. What would our record would look like if we had Trevor Bauer from the beginning? Go Diablo Rojos. The Theis honored Trout by being late on 3 fastballs. Yeah, he's like, dude, check this out. Silent E says, I fucking called it yesterday. Another losing series. I figured something would happen in true Angels fashion. This is why we can't have nice things like a 500 record. Thanks a lot, Suarez. I'm baffled. Down 2-0 and Washington concedes. I already read that one. Let's see. Also, Michael says, Todd, what the fuck was Suarez doing in the game? He sucks. 20 pitches thrown, and he gave up 4 earned runs. Ron cost the Angels a game by leaving Suarez in there too long. Fuck! Exactly, Michael. Great points. Also, Andrew says, literally nobody would have given up 4 fucking runs. I don't understand what the fuck Washington was thinking, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's getting to know these guys and who he can trust. Well, I think by now he should know Suarez is not a guy you want to trust. Suarez should not be on this team, and this is why it's so obvious the guy has nothing. Also, Andrew says, DFA Suarez, though, who gives a shit? Someone else picks him up. Exactly. Let's see, Ward, Homer, Q, Bally's, and I think they were trying to will this win. They were like, hey. Hey, Trout hit one. Ward hit one. And Neto. But no, it didn't. And then again, Wayne Randazzo called him out at the end. So I do like that. At least that happened. See, damn, man, that play was too close. Big 20 says that was bullshit. Javier checks in with DFA Suarez, Andrea, and let's get Bauer. New York should be investigating for calling shit like this all the time. They bet the Angels being under 500 this season. BS. And you know what? What I don't like is if you know this was the Yankees or the Mets or the Dodgers getting screwed in a game like this that came down to the last play and taking a bat away from one of your hitters, you know it would be on ESPN. It would be on all these like pundits that talk sports supposedly when they're not talking politics. And they would actually come on and they would say, "Oh my God, New York was robbed. How could they call that against our beloved? The Yankees or our beloved Red Sox. The Red Sox. Or how could they do that against LA's darling, the Dodgers? That can't happen." But since it's the Angels, it's like, oh wait, that happened. Because look how they made such a big shit about that fan that was screaming at the umpire, and then they threw out Boone. Come on, to me, this is more than that, dude. At least that didn't cost them the game. T. Shane says Suarez is hot garbage. He wouldn't be a bullpen pitcher in a beer league. DFA him yesterday. How is he still an option? Exactly. This umpire brother guy stinks. Also, Marissa checks in with game day link can be found. Thank you for showing that. I don't know why I read that. I'm like Ron Burgundy. If you put it in front of me, he'll read it. Or I'll read it. See, T. Shane says, between the horrible umpiring in the field this season and calls like the one to end today's game in New York, I'm ready for an AI takeover. I think so. I think we're on our way to that. Nacho Night, Nick Lenz, the umpire who made the call at second base, and Land Barksdale. I don't like Barksdale. He's a guy who you could tell was bullied as a kid, and he wants to act all big and bad because he's got a cushion on his chest. Nacho Night should go to Ron Washington. Orioles are MLB's new golden boys. They could be balls, and buttercupped again, James Malou says.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Buttercupped again. Also, T. Shane says Suarez equals 2024 loop. As soon as he comes in, we're waving the white flag. And James was like, it's Trout here. Big 20 says, it's Trout. Here I am watching baseballs go down the middle. Mario says Neto needs to lose the leg kick. And also Moniak is yanking his head every time he swings. Can't hit the ball if he can't see it. He needs a plan at the plate. Well said, Mario. Well said, because there was a time in when I played baseball that I started to just look at the ball 90% of the way, and then I would put my head down and take my eyes off of it as I thought I swung in the right spot. You got to keep your head on that ball or your eyes on the ball the entire time, and you will not make contact if you start looking away or losing focus at the last fucking second. Umpires who were notified in the ninth of the 10% off of Noble L if they mentioned Halos in the infield. So the Adele steal. They were like, "No, you're out of here for our 10% of booze." My bad, I read that wrong. But we get what you're saying. Jacob says Angels will play down to the Twins level. I hope not. MIB says New York choked on me. They did actually.
John Stamos choked
New
on
York.
me.
Said it wrong. I caught it late. I forgot how fast that one is. Martin says Mickey Mouse. Also, R. Martinez says took the bat out of Renifo's hands, like you said, Todd, which I never really agree when teams do that. I hate that. I do too. Justin Option says Stamos is so sexy. He loves the bed scene. Neto is the new squid. Don't say that. Balls, and the hitting coaches still suck right now. Yeah, they kind of suck right now. They were what now?
That team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Yeah, they were pretty sucky tonight, and they almost still won. 16 strikeouts, and you almost still won, man.
What the hell's going on out here?
I don't know, Lombardi. I have no idea. It's weird. It's a weird fucking game. Good to see Trout making some changes. Now he needs to swing upper part of his strike zone. Exactly. Fire the hitting coaches. Anna says, don't forget Garrett Anderson. Absolutely. Can't forget the all-time player in games for the Angels. Imagine if Suarez wasn't there, man, we'd win the game. See, also Anna says New York has the IQ of Todd's toes. There we go with the toes comments. See what you're doing to her. White Sox have the Angels sloppy seconds, but suck way worse than last year's Angels. Maybe we can get them to take Suarez for a pair of Matt Wise's stinky socks, and for some reason he will do better. Yeah, he will do a lot better over there. At least we don't play Baltimore again. Yeah, that's one good thing to look at. They're done for us for the season. Suarez saw Ron looking at those nachos, and he was like, no, you don't, Ron. After I give up these runs, I'm going to get my big fat fingers on those boys. Oh, yeah, he got him. Nacho Night needs to go to both Ron Washington, umpires, New York studio, and Suarez, not just Suarez himself. I don't have that much nachos. Half the DFA Suarez or Washington has to stop sending him out there. Exactly. Balls, and more balls with our fatso.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Suarez. Squiddy Poo Jacob says, no, I hate that guy. R. Martinez says, Todd, been meaning to tell you that your impressions are perfect. With a cadence, inflection, and delivery are spot on. Underrated. Honestly, love them. Thank you, R. Martinez. Really appreciate that. Let's see. Also, let's see. Boo Boo checks in with Washington should have taken Suarez way sooner out of the game. It's the same situation with every other manager. I love Ron as the manager, but it is the same thing. Balls, and are getting blue.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John
and
Stamos.
Blue balls. And then Anna checks in with Whopper. Jack says, we've been so close in a lot of these games. We should be at least 500. Killer start to the season, but glad the team is still fighting. I agree too. T. Shane says, Todd Fox for head reviewing official in New York. Thank you. I would take that job in a second. That pays better than my job. Yeah, we're stuck out 16. Kayla says, yes, we struck out 16 times. Yes, we brought Suarez in, but I can't help but think that MLB is conspiring against the Angels all to get Trout into a big market team. Whatever it is, they're trying so much. It may work at some point. I don't know why he's still on the team, but it is what it is. Why the fuck would you put Suarez in a game that close? I think Ron Washington is doing too much coke. Damn, Eric. Damn. Oh, that's quick. Suarez choked on Roger Lodge.
John Stamos choked on me.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Next one up here. Let's see. Jack says Trout leading off might be working out. Our producer to the stars just jumped on right there. Randy from One Jets Pod. Talk about a guy who's going to be busy tomorrow. He's going to be killing it with the draft coverage. So if you want some NFL draft, go to One Jets Pod, like and subscribe on his YouTube page, and check out his guests that he's going to have on the show. And they're not going to just be talking about Jets. They're going to be profiling all the players. So please, if you're an NFL fan, check his page out for us over here at Halos in the Infield. T. Shane says, Papa Fox says no sex for Trout tomorrow on his day off. Yeah, you don't deserve it, Trout. Fuck you. If I'm Ron and he's trying to walk to the room, I'm cock blocking. You know, like he's trying to walk to his wife who's pregnant, by the way. And I would, if I'm Ron, I lock the door and I say, Trout, or in Ron Washington's voice, hey, Trout, you're out of here, and just point to the other room. Take the couch. Suarez ERA equals his weight. Camfrey says Ron said in the postgame Suarez was the best. He had to. What? That has to be a lie. He also added he didn't want to use 3 relievers from last night because they were used. We have an off date. I need to calm down. That is last year's bullshit. You know what that is? That's Perry Manassian. That's all the nerds that work with Perry Manassian saying, well, since you guys pitched yesterday, you can't pitch today. What are you going to say, Randy?
That sounds like Nevin 2.0, dude.
Oh, yeah. That is bullshit. Herm Edwards, your former coach, you played to win the game. Was Suarez playing to win the game? So you mean to tell me you bring out after Suarez, Cisnero and Fulmer, they have no problems putting up zeros. But you put in your supposed best guy, and that fucker gives up 4 runs without even getting through an inning. Those kind of statements, you lose faith in a manager. If he would have came out and said, you know what, Suarez didn't have it, maybe that wasn't the right move. I have all kinds of freaking faith in you. And I'm like, hey, you know what? He can admit his mistake. Not this time. J Ram says, hey, Todd, are you able to put the replays up and do the breakdowns of what went wrong on different plays? Or can you? Are you able to? That's something that me and Randy could work out, or maybe I could do on my off day tomorrow. I could check those out. But Like I think we can get clips of that and try to like make those into shorts. You know what I mean? Angels are redheaded stepchildren. Yes, they are, especially when they decided to be in the LA network. ESPN says Eastern Sports Propaganda Network. Boy, oh boy, is that ever right? I mean, they love telling you they're from Bristol. Suarez wouldn't even be better on the Savannah Bananas. You need talent to be on the Bananas. T. Shane says, after a game like today, Total Hate by No Doubt would be a fitting song for this team. Maybe, or this shit is bananas. This is a testament to how we need technology instead of humans as umpires, Anna says. Also, or I'll just call him Narrow. We need a power hitter and another pitcher with a relief pitcher, and we should be 50% better. That's a lot of needing, and I don't think we're going to get. Human element is always interesting, but we need younger and smarter umpires. True. Let's see. Todd, ESPN equals Eastern Sports Propaganda Network. You bet they'd be going to the mat if this happened to the Yankees, Red Sox, Mets, or even Baltimore, Dodgers to Brooklyn carryover treatment. Good point, Michael. Very good point. And I will say this. The guy that Fernando always makes fun of, who's that guy? Randy, the one that goes, he always makes fun of that guy from, he used to be in, I know you know it, right?
Mad Dog Russo.
Thank you. Mad Dog Russo is a Giants fan only because when he grew up as a kid and he was on the East Coast, they were still in New York. That's how old that fucker is. And a lot of people, like you said, that were in ESPN, especially the early days, were old enough to be there when the Dodgers were Brooklyn. So, yeah, the Dodgers do get that East Coast bias, even though they're on the West side. Get rid of Suarez, LV says. Halo Joe checks in. We'll see the O's again in the post. Oh, please. That is the honkiest honk comment yet.
How dare you?
Yeah, I can't even take that. You're a bootlicking house.
Call me a bootlicking house man all you want. I don't give a damn.
I mean, I know you don't give a damn, but still, dude, come on.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Exactly. Even the coach is calling you out. About what about the condition coach? I feel like too many players are getting hurt. Boo boo, we've said that for years. They don't spend on condition coaches. Again, this team wasn't doing yoga. That's the first thing that soft pansy number 6 said when he came over here from Washington. Hey, this team doesn't do yoga. I'm like, what? JK says the fact remains that Joe Adele needs to stop running whether he is safe or out. He continues to make costly outs at the worst times. True. Yet it shouldn't have been this time. I wouldn't fire Washington. Why would we fire Washington, Anna? That's not even like a thing. We just got the guy. R. Martinez says, where can we give this channel $5 or $10, Todd? We're not to that point, but maybe we will be, but I don't want to ask the fans for money, and I sure as hell wouldn't want you to donate. The way that you can help us out is getting more people to watch or listen or come into the events and stuff like that. That's where you can help. Washington should be the manager for the future. This is nothing compared to what Nevin did with using Aaron Loop. Well, we need him to stop using this guy. LV says, now will be the time for Ron to send a message to get rid of Suarez. Yes. I sure hope Ipe took an under on Suarez tonight. Get back some of them losses. Wow, Silent E. Lakers fan says, Kimbrel is looking beatable too. And that's the problem. You'll never know. We could have tied him this time. We could have beat him in game 1. You literally said, hey, you want a couple more saves to get closer to Frankie Rodriguez? Here you go. Whoever is the head CEO in the New York studios should be fired. Yeah, I agree right there. I'm over these guys, dude. I'm over the New York experiment. You say that it's supposed to be down the middle.
Yeah!
Wash as high as Thaiss with his decision making. And it says, Marty says, balls, and no spritzers in the dugout. I can't keep a straight face when I hear.
Pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
It's spritz o'clock. Every time I hear that commercial on AM 830, I'm like, that is the this thing I've ever heard. Adele is ballsy, but hitting great. Let him play daily, Wash. Also, Jacob says, pretty sure Ron smokes the weed pen in the Perry has to stop the Suarez experiment. I agree, Luke. Suarez must be Perry's Gok 2000. And then also, Ron heard Rally Chris called 2 out of 3, and he was like, nah, Rally Chris, that shit ain't happening. By the way, Rally Chris sent a message in the message board saying, if you make noise, he will come. I'm like, who? Jesus or the Rally Monkey? He's like, nope, Rally Chris. I'm like, nobody's making noise. Silent says the fans need to have a closed door meeting with Washington after tonight. And the comment, Suarez and the best don't belong in the same universe. It's a good one. LV says, I'm done watching Angel games till Suarez is out of here. Hopefully that's soon. If Perry made such a decision like that and forced Washington to make a decision, then get him the hell out. I agree. You should never put or tie the hands. Look, I'd rather have my players, I'd rather hire a manager, I trust, hire a manager that I believe that whoever I get him, he'll utilize him to the best of his ability and to the best of the player's ability. I don't want to be telling him, hey, Ron, these guys can't play today. Or, hey, how about give this guy a day off? No, if Ron feels like playing a guy 6 games in a row, well, then Ron's going to play a guy 6 games in a row. If he wants to pitch a guy 5 innings one day, 3 the next, I'm not going to question him. If the only time I'm going to question him is if we're doing a Joe Madden, smoking bowls, not practicing, and losing double-digit games. Then that's when I'm going to question the manager. But if we're winning games, if we're playing as hard as we can, we're in these games, why would I handicap him and say you can't use him, or him? That's up to the manager. That's what I pay him for. Oh, that does sound like a Perry thing. Luke says this team is under Kendry Morales' curse. And the only way to get it lifted is if a sacrifice can be made. The sacrifice needs to be Suarez and the 2002 World Series Dick Ryder fans. You mean the fans that come on social media and says, don't worry, the Angels are 10-15. Do you remember 2002? Yes, we do. Do you remember what the record on the DVD told us it was? 6-14. We know that, Dick. That season, although great, does nothing for this season. Nobody at the time of that franchise is even remotely connected to the team now. So, yeah, those are great memories, but that has nothing to do with where the fuck we're at today. And I'm tired of hearing about that 6-14. But you see every April come around. Hey, 6-14. Don't worry about it. We're 0-19. It doesn't matter. Shut the fuck up. I only asked to donate because it's cheaper than my therapy sessions due to Farty Moreno. Well, I do appreciate that, R. Martinez, and I'm not telling you that's a bad idea or nothing. But if you want to, that's fine, and I appreciate it. But I'm just letting you know our stance. We do appreciate the love, though. Eric says, so now that we suck again and we're falling closer to 4th place, who do you think gets DFA'd first? Well, there has to be. It has to be the emotional damage we get from Suarez, and Sandoval might be on that list too, but I don't think they're going to let him go as quickly as they would, Suarez.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, it is emotional damage. And for 5 innings, we didn't even have 1 hit.
That's all we got. 1 goddamn hit.
Yep. Artie, Eric says. Also, if you make noise, I will come. Uh-oh. Tell the hooker you can bag her later on, Artie. We need to hear your excuses about today's loss.
John Stamos choked on me.
I want to hear drunk Artie. All right, well, it is what it is. You're getting called out, Artie. You're getting called out early. So it's time for you to call in. Oh, and only you. I think I can only take Artie. This fan base know the whole franchise needs a 10-cent beer night. Yeah, a 10-cent beer night and non-Hoffy hot dogs. And I will go with that any day. The amount and way we blast the Halo shows how much we really care and want this bastard of a team to win so much, but we refuse to be delusional dumbass and dense like our northern neighbors. Yes, R. Martinez. We are the part of the fan base that's actually realistic and has good takes and that actually cares about this team. Yeah, if I didn't care, I would have gave up a long time ago, dude. Silent E went to moist, and look who calls. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, Todd, it's Grill.
It's Grill.
I'm just kidding. It's me. Yeah, I can do impressions too, right?
How dare you?
Hey, you do know we lost tonight, right?
What?
Yeah, we lost.
Oh, man. Why did I try? Why did I bother?
What's the excuse this time? Are you telling Ron not to use guys?
I told Ron, hey, send him Bartolo Colon. And he said, where are you say, boss? And he said, I'm in. I was kidding. That guy always takes me seriously. I told Perry to tell him I'm always joking.
So I'm surprised you're remembering names. You must not have had too much spritz o'clock today.
Oh, it's Spritz o'clock. Oh, I didn't hear that commercial today on the radio.
Do you know that commercial by Kettle One is 3 years old?
They're still making us money. It's a cash cow. It's a cash cow.
But the thing is, Artie, that you're supposed to have fresh commercials every year. I could see if you want to play that all year for 1 year, but you're not even like trying to switch up the commercial. I keep hearing every other inning, it's Spritz o'clock. Just take 1 part Kettle vodka, and I can repeat the damn commercial.
I just want to make sure that I have fresh diapers on. And I'm good. I've been squirting lately. I don't know what's going on. I can't control myself anymore. One guy came up to me and said, hey, Artie, how can anybody say it? I think you're the greatest owner of all time. I said, thanks a lot, pal. And then squirt. Where did I come from? Right in the pants, Todd. Right in the pants. So now I got Depends on. And it's nice. It keeps my pants clean, but I'm still walking around saying, what squishy sound?
So if I were to ask you, do you think the Angels are going to win on Friday? You would say depends.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, I got jokes too. I got jokes.
You got a little bit of a tee out of me. Oh, you also got a little bit of PP out of me too.
Oh, come on.
Oh man, there's a little bit of leaking going on there.
Hey,
oh,
I hope you don't ask Sapphire to do your laundry too, because I mean, you have vomit everywhere. You soil yourself. I mean, like.
Oh yeah, I made a mess. Hold on a second. Sapphire, faucet's running.
You know, one of your staff members told me that he thought your carpet was like, you know, like a, what is it, animal print, but it's all the stains. You have like a gold carpet, but it's got like a bunch of brown and other different color stains.
Oh yeah, I tell everybody that it's an expensive leopard skin rug. It was white when I bought it. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Sapphire. Just lift the legs. There you go. Make sure you powder up too, right? Yeah, thank you.
Do you see what's on the monitor right now?
I can't see a thing.
It's just telling you what time it is right now. It's Spritz o'clock.
It is Spritz o'clock. Let me just wait for Sapphire to finish changing my diaper. Hold on. Hold on. I'm laying on my desk right now with my legs in the air, and Sapphire's patting me down.
Oh.
Okay, Ben, it's time. Let me tell you. Make sure you strap it up nice and tight there. Wait, no. Ooh, that's tight. Wait, no.
Marty says it's you spritz your diapers. You have Kettle One diapers right now.
Oh, I was Spritz o'clock 5 minutes ago. You should see the inside of the thing.
We want
like a murder scene.
Hey Eric, your best and biggest fan says we want a new owner, despite him loving you, but he says we want the Halos to be winners.
Eric! Don't leave me alone, boy! I need
He's
no.
Eric. Oh, Eric just said, by the way, my 10-year-old just said, fuck the Angels. This is what you've done to the fan base, Artie. That's his 10-year-old son.
Hey, get me for his bad parenting. That's not my fault. Hey, tell your kid to stop cussing. That's the first thing I would say. I didn't say the F word until I was 12.
Oh, by the way, are you up to date on all the new kids shows like Rick and Morty?
Oh, hey, I was watching some. I was watching some Ren and Stimpy the other day. That show had me rolling.
Well, Mario says you sound like Rick from Rick and Morty when he's drunk.
Here comes the drunk joke. Why you guys always think I'm drunk?
I don't know. I mean, we just assume.
Oh yeah, you're assuming. Hey, Todd, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It's sprint the clock. Have one full glass of Jim Beam. Go for that. Sapphire. There you go. Yeah. And one scoop of a bottle left on the site in case I need a free refill.
By the
baby, I'm sprinting in my diapers. And I'm sprinting all over everybody. Sprint the clock. I should rename the team to the LA Sprint.
Artie, you're a national treasure. You know that, right?
No, hey, you have tell me twice.
You're making.
Hey, Todd, hey.
Yes.
Hey, Todd.
I'm right here. Hello?
Hi. How you doing?
Are you okay?
I just wanted to make sure you're paying attention. Wait a minute. Todd, wait, hold on.
What's going on? Are you all right?
Wait, hold on.
Keep it down. Keep it down. Don't.
Wait.
See, you're good.
I'm good. Oh, I got it.
He gone.
Oh boy.
Did you just
No!
Did you just give up your liver right now? Did you just throw up your liver?
Oh man. It's Spritz o'clock army time.
Oh God. Well,
all over the place.
I think you're due for a cleanup. Sapphire's got some work to do, man.
I think I'm due for a face diaper.
Oh.
Hey, Todd, keep up the good work. I love what you're doing, Todd. You're doing a great service.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm having a heart attack. Todd, this may be the end, Todd. I think this is it.
No, I'm pretty sure you'll steal another baby's heart like you did last time.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm gonna have another heart transplant this coming week. I'm gonna live for another 100 years.
It's just amazing how rich you are to keep putting yourself at the top of the list of heart transplants.
Oh yeah, at this rate, I should be able to live forever. as long as my faithful Honk fill the seats, baby. Fill those seats. Keep Uncle Artie alive. It's a good cause.
Hey, real quick before you go, Artie, Silent E says Spritz o'clock makes Artie moist.
Ooh.
All right, Artie, you have a good one, okay? And try to take a shower.
I'm going to come out with bumper stickers that say Artie Spritz for the chicks. Oh, boy.
Thank you. I
got things to do.
I need. Yeah, I
gotta go.
Me too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Artie. What'd you think of that, Randy? There you go.
Sorry, I got a little setup here. No, you can never get enough of drunken Artie.
Oh yeah. We needed Artie right there, especially after a game like this today, bro. Not good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll tell Big 20 to call in next time. We hit that hour mark. It's a tough one today. I ranted and raved. My throat hurts now. I do need a day off tomorrow. We will be doing some things to the soundboard to get some more stuff on here and get it organized. I'm going to work on that tomorrow. And Randy put up that spritzer clock. That had me dying, bro. That was perfect. I love that. We're going to be like the unofficial sponsor that doesn't get paid for actually talking Kettle One Up. They're going to be like, who are these guys? But but no, I appreciate everything. Randy, good series there, but should have won 3.
Yeah.
Should have won.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
You know the Angels, man. That's what we do. The Rally Chris special, baby.
Yeah, in reverse. Man, instead of the A on the hat, it should be a D for disappointment, man. That's what that series comes down to. But we'll get back into the comments and everything else. And again, the starred comments, we're going to be throwing in a hat for Friday's show, and we're going to reveal the winner. Or you're going to be able to vote on that. Well, I'm running out of time, Big 20. I'll get your phone call on Friday. Trust me. Just hold on to those comments. We'll get it on Friday. But other than that, we'll be off tomorrow, but we will have a show to present. James Squared's going to put out a show. And then as we get closer to the end of the month, we'll have a roundtable talking Angels baseball, also around the league show. So we got that to look forward to, and some free swag given out this Friday to the winner of the best comment. So a lot to look forward to, even though the Angels suck, but we got to pick ourselves off the mat and beat the Twins, man. So on to the Twinkies. We got to beat the Twinkies. So for Todd Fox, Randy from One Jets Pod, who's going to be busy. And once again, I'll say it. If you haven't checked out his page, please like and subscribe. He's got great stuff, great reactions, and he's got the lowdown on all the players being drafted in tomorrow's draft, the first round of the NFL draft. He'll have it covered from start to finish. So check that out on One Jets Pod. And then also check out Catella Chronicles with our boy Dominique. And then also check out James on the Chair with James Squared, and also his across the America's show entertainment. He has entertainment stuff on there too. So there's a little for everything. And if you like true crime, you got the Grinding True Crime with a new host on the show, Randy, going to be coming up here soon with us too, because we had a little changes in our lineup over there, but we do have good stuff over there too, as well. So again, for everyone on the Halos in the Infield Network, we apologize. We wish we could not yell and scream. We wish we could talk about winning, but this team doesn't like to do that. So hopefully at some point we turn it around and get back on some sort of regular winning to where we can be happy and have happy comments. But I do love the sarcasm. I love the jokes, and I love the comments. So keep them coming, and always remember, go Halos, and we'll see you Friday on Halos in the Infield Network. Peace.